Hello, I'm Mayor Nenshi, and today I'd like to talk to you about the provincial election. It may seem a bit weird to have the mayor of a city talking about a provincial election, but this election is absolutely crucial. And it is absolutely crucial that those of us who live in Calgary, who live in Edmonton, who live in other cities, really ask our provincial candidates where they stand on the issue of cities. This really matters. It matters for a couple of reasons. As you all know, cities provide the services that keep citizens healthy, alive, safe, and happy every day. Whether it's police, fire, and 911, or parks, rinks, recreation facilities, or transit and transportation, or the provision of clean drinking water. These are the services that we need every hour of every day. And too often, we have a provincial government that doesn't recognize the importance of cities. For Alberta to be successful, for Canada to be successful, we need strong cities. We need cities that are able to attract the best people from around the world to live here, to invest here, to start businesses here, and to help businesses grow. And in order to do that, we need a provincial government that recognizes the importance of cities and recognizes the need for change. The first thing we have to talk about is the authority and the ability to make decisions. It always surprises people to learn just how limited the authority of our duly elected city councils is. The cities of Calgary and Edmonton, for example, each have more people in them than 5 provinces. Yet, we have the exact same legislative authority as a summer village of 100 people. In fact, things haven't changed much since Dr. McEwen was the mayor of Calgary. And the province, however, has changed very, very significantly. We've become a lot more urbanized. Calgary and Edmonton together have more than half of the people in Alberta. And our legislative framework has to acknowledge that. For example, you may recall that last year, in a footnote to a footnote to a footnote of the provincial budget, the province suggested that every traffic ticket that somebody got had to have an additional $15 charge placed on it. The problem was that we at the City of Calgary, our police service catches the speeders, writes the ticket, collects the fines, but we have no control over the amount of the fine. So that additional $15 would have cost our police department another $3 million a year because we couldn't adjust the fines upward in order to capture that $15. That's a provincial responsibility, and the province wasn't willing to do it. So the system is pretty broken, and we've got to figure out a way where we can better align what we need to do to deliver services with the actual ability to deliver them. That also means we need to talk about money. Of every dollar in taxes that a Calgarian spends, 8 cents comes to the city. 92 cents goes to the federal and provincial governments. The real fiscal imbalance in this country is not between regions, it's between municipalities and other orders of government. Calgarians send $4 billion more a year to the legislature in Edmonton than we get back in all provincial government services. When you consider the fact that the City of Calgary's operating budget is only $3 billion, that's a significant imbalance, and we have to address it. Cities right now have essentially 3 forms of revenue: property taxes, user fees, and transfers from other orders of government. When it comes to running the city, providing the services, we rely almost entirely on property taxes and user fees. Property tax is not a great system of taxation, as anyone knows who lives in a house whose value suddenly goes up when their income didn't go up at all. And we have to have a conversation about a way to reduce our reliance on that particular tax. We also have to have a discussion around capital spending. Because while the city can handle its operating budget through property tax and user fees, we certainly can't do the capital budget. Let me give you an example. Your city council really wants to build more LRT. We have several LRT lines on the table that we need to build. But the Southeast LRT alone would cost between $2 and $3 billion. Our total property tax revenue a year is about $1.5 billion. So imagine, if we wanted to build the Southeast LRT in 1 year, we'd have to triple property taxes. Our entire operating budget is $3 billion, which is about the cost of building that one line of the LRT. It's impossible for us to do it without transfers from other orders of government. But if those transfers are not predictable, stable, and long-term, we end up making different decisions. For example, the province of Alberta has offered us about $500 million in funding for transit through a program called Green Trip. And you'll learn more on CitiesMatter.ca about Green Trip and what the parties are planning on doing with it. We love it. We need it. It's an important rebate of the money that the Calgarians have paid in taxes to the province. But $500 million is not $3 billion. So your council had a very difficult choice. Do we start building a little bit of the Southeast LRT and hope the rest of the money comes, but run the risk of having a stubway that doesn't go anywhere? Or do we use the money for other transit priorities? We shouldn't have to be forced into these decisions. We should have a source of funding that actually allows us to be able to make the right decisions for Calgarians every single time. And that's what we're asking for. It's not about a tax grab, but it's about understanding how the taxes that we already pay as Calgarians can be better used to help city councils do better planning. This stuff matters. Cities matter. And that's why I'm so pleased to have launched CitiesMatter.ca, a website that you can visit to learn more about issues that matter to cities and where the various parties stand. We've surveyed the parties on 10 different issues, ranging from infrastructure to public transit to new legislative framework. And when we get those results, you'll be able to visit CitiesMatter.ca and not only learn more about the issue, but see those survey results as well as some analysis of those results. I encourage you to do so because it matters. It is our opportunity as people who live in cities in Alberta to really influence the future of our cities and of the province. So I really encourage you to vote. But before you vote, go to CitiesMatter.ca. Learn more. When MLA candidates come to your door or when you go to a public forum, ask them, what are they going to do to ensure that our cities remain among the very best in the world? This is our opportunity to ensure that in the future we will have strong cities in a strong Alberta. Let's grab that opportunity.